Hello.
Yo.
What up?
Girl, it is Sunday.
Day. September 8th. It's Star Trek's birthday. It's the 53rd birthday. It's the 8th.
I don't trust.
Do me a favor.
What day is it?
September 8th.
It's 3:34.
That's not helpful at all.
Hey, Google.
What's the date today?
It is Sunday, the 8th of September, 2019.
Thank you.
Okay,
53rd
thanks. I
birthday
trusted you.
of... No, you didn't.
Anytime.
Jesus.
Oh my
fucking
God.
shit.
Get off our
Stop.
podcast.
I stopped
Bitch.
talking to you. God. All right, let's do it.
Hi. We're just doing a test run, but we might actually use this because it's kind of funny already.
Yeah, agree.
Whatever. Hold on. All right. For real. Hi.
Hi. Also, do you have like a troll fucking jewel on your laptop?
I do.
Why?
Because I don't want the government to look at me through my camera. Haven't you seen the Snowden film? They do that.
I have seen the Snowden film.
Yeah.
And
I don't need them looking at me.
No, I just love that you put a fucking troll jewel.
It's not a troll jewel. Don't make me spit my beer.
It's my beer. I bought that.
Thank you for the beer. Hi. Hello.
Hey.
Before we go, I got something to tell you. Hello, everybody. Before we go any further after that wonderful introduction, I just wanted to remind you all that this episode of Rewind is brought to you by Fansets, the place for freaking amazing pin collectibles. They have close to 200 officially licensed Star Trek pins to pick from, with new ones coming out every month. See all the pins and collectibles they got to offer at fansets.com. Fansets, we are Star Trek. And I may or may not have heard a little rumor, Haley, that there are some new pins possibly be released at the end of September. And
soon.
been rumors of pins that are being made that are going to have fabric from actual uniforms in them. And I'm just blown away by that. I don't even know what to think. So very exciting. Fansets. If you haven't seen them, check them out. The holidays are around the corner. And if you're not wearing your Fanset pin at the table at Thanksgiving dinner, Nana's going to be mad.
And so is Nana.
Nana. Oh, Nana and Nana. Perfect. Haley, jumping right in there, being a part of the podcast. I love it. This is happening. We are equal. We are one. So welcome everyone to Rewind, a Star Trek podcast. It's our first episode. Woo! Here we are, everyone. We are so excited to be here to talk Trek, and specifically today, the episode "The Naked Now." Have you heard of it? If you haven't, what the fuck's going on? Why are you listening to this? Are you lost? You're looking for true crime? It's not. Are you looking for Sudoku tips?
Directions to the nearest KFC?
A reason to wear Uggs?
Taco recipes?
Then this is not the podcast for you. Here's what we have to say about that and more when we hung out on the weekend. Hit it. But taco recipes, it's my business. You don't need to know.
Figure it out. It's called Old El Paso. It comes in a fucking package.
It's got everything you could want. Take some chicken, chop it, take it apart while watching Forensic Files, add some seasoning, buy some taco shells. There you go. Pick your colored salsa. You got green and red.
There's also corn salsa, so yellow, and black bean salsa, depending.
You know what? I had one that had pumpkin in it. It was not good.
Surprise.
All right, so let's sit pretty and talk dirty about this episode. Before we get into the episode, I want, Haley, from you, I want to ask you a question I've never asked you before. I didn't feel like I had the nerve.
Oh, God.
How did you get into Star Trek? Tell me about your Star Trek life and fandom before we met. Because I feel as though you didn't exist before I met you, but that's not correct. That's not how time and life work. Go.
Well, actually, thanks for asking. I thought you'd never ask. So,
15 years of friendship and I never asked. Don't give a shit.
Doesn't matter. Man, I had no choice, but thank God I was born into a Trek household, so I was watching TNG from a young age. My mom actually sewed Star Trek uniforms.
What?
Yes, for Picard and number 1, and so her and my dad went, Halloweening as, adults, but, our age now.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and so from scratch, she made the uniforms. They were legit. They were actually probably like of a higher quality than like the uniforms they used on the show.
Whoa.
No doubt. Whoa. I mean, I have no, other than that, I have no specific memories other than that I just loved the episodes. Like, I loved space and, though, like, my younger brother sort of started a ritual when we watched TNG and, like, during the theme song, when the Enterprise is, like, coming up from down below, we all lift our legs, so it's, like, going underneath. Anyway, so that's a thing. But, like, Star Trek it's always been such an important part of my life, but I was derailed by, like, Sailor Moon, and then I had a goth thing. So anyway, go ahead, what about...
Did you buy the toys? Did you only watch the one show? Did you go to any conventions? Did you have costumes yourself?
I didn't. No. So I really only watched Next Gen, and then I wasn't over it, but it, like, you know how we've talked about before, it wasn't cool or whatever.
Yeah, in your teen years.
You know, you're trying to fit in or whatever, wearing like fucking $60 white Nike sweatshirt. Why? And anyway, so no, I didn't really have as a big experience. Okay, now tell me about you. I need tweezers.
I discovered Star Trek when I was like 10. I think it was just playing on someone's TV, and I was like, what is this? It was original series, which I never really got that into. I've never seen all the episodes, but I was like, oh, Star Trek, and I think I saw it on TV because we had TV Guide back then. Oh, Star Trek: The Next Generation, and that was a heyday because it was like, if I was 10, it was like 1990, so the show was only in its third or fourth year, so I fell in love with it, like, instantly, and I went to some conventions as a kid. My first convention ever was probably like a 91 in Seattle, and it was Patrick Stewart. And then I went to Vancouver in BC and saw, not Vancouver, Washington, Vancouver, British Columbia, and it's very close, Marina Sirtis. And as I lined up to get my autograph, I gave her a rose. I saw Michael Dorn, and I gave him a pin, and he's like, you guys really like pins. And I was like, I'm so like upset as an 11-year-old that he didn't love the BC pin I got him. I also saw James Doohan, the original Scotty. Before he passed, he was really good. I saw also Nana Visitor, and I remember what I was wearing. I had this like gray shirt that looked like a baseball jersey, but it wasn't a baseball jersey, and I had like a fucking, I don't know if it was a dickie or a turtleneck. I thought I was like 12. I probably had like the bad teeth. I thought this was like a good look. I had that one, and I had one of those Bajoran earrings. And she was so nice. She's like, that looks really good on you. It suits you. And I was like, like, what does that mean? No, she was lovely. So that's just my story of the conventions I went to in my preteen years. I was made fun of horribly. When I went to high school, it was a fresh slate. I denied loving it until I hit like 16 or 17 when I discovered alcohol, and I was just like, fuck it. You know what? I like Star Trek. That's my thing. Hey, and I haven't looked back. I have an announcement to make of the school system with the we didn't have that. What if we did? I declare bankruptcy! Anyway.
My abs hurt from laughing.
I know, when I went to that stupid GAR class this morning and I whiplashed myself. Everything hurts. This is 39. Oh, God. All right, I'm going to drink this raspberry beer shit. It's good. It helps. I feel better. Okay, so that's me. Pre-you Star Trek experience.
Oh, Lord.
We wait.
Well, yeah. Countdown. Well, that was something awkward.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it. You know,
we
were having a good time. It's fine. Oh my God. Do you want to play a game?
I want to play a game with you right now.
What's your favorite scary
movie? You want to play a game with you? Ooh, that was creepy when you jumped or whatever that's called.
Thank you. I've been practicing. Let's play top 10.
I like it. Who goes first?
Excuse me, I'm just having a sip of my drink.
Wait, what are you drinking?
A Dark and Stormy.
Another Dark and Stormy.
Yeah, this one's got Kool-Aid, creme de menthe, and a pickled onion.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. It is ginger beer with dark rum and some lime. It's really good. What do you got? What do you got?
That first one sounded delicious. I'm having a lovely Italian Pinot Grigio. Love me some Pinot Grigio. I'm a dry white wine fan. I'm not a Gewürztraminer fan or a Riesling fan. I mean, unless I'm having the proper food. But
dry white. That's what they used to call me in high school. Hey-o.
Oh no.
Oof. That was a good one. That was a questionable one, actually. Back to let's just back to a game top 10. Let me ask you a question. What was your favorite series from the Star Trek universe?
Oh, Next Gen.
What about movies?
Nemesis all the way.
How about favorite male character?
It's got to be Q.
Oh my God. How about female character?
I love Janeway.
Yeah, I get that. How about best alien race?
I'm going with the Borg, and they're not making me say that.
No, you're an independent woman.
Yeah, sure.
Who's the sexiest actor?
The collective wants me to say Chakotay.
For character, or is that actor? Character. Okay, how about actor?
Oh, Jason Isaacs forever.
Right. Would you rather have a holodeck or a replicator?
I want a holodeck with a working replicator.
Oh,
why not both?
Who is which character do you like the least?
I don't think you've seen Enterprise.
Yeah.
I really hate Hoshi, and it's just she's too whiny.
Fair enough. What was the saddest moment of Trek?
I mean, I'm always sad when a series ends, unless it's wrapped up well, which doesn't typically happen. But I think this is a spoiler for you, earmuffs. When Trip died, I said earmuffs.
Okay, sorry. I thought you said beer muffs, and I was like, I don't have a beer. Why would I need one of those gloves for it?
Beer muffs. I'm flipping this around on you. What your favorite series?
TNG. Your
favorite movie?
First Contact and Second Contact.
Your favorite male character?
Samesies as you. I like Q.
Oh, everyone loves Q. Can you bring people back from the dead?
Cool.
What about your favorite female character?
7 of 9.
That bot is so...
Doesn't quit.
Nope. Best alien race?
Cardassians, and I don't know why. They're scary. They're good, scary jerks that just... Good bad guys. I love a good bad guy.
Yeah, me too. And I would feel protected. Yeah. Sexiest character.
I think in Chakotay too, but Riker's a close second.
I mean, Riker is like cute,
classic,
and sexy. Yeah, like he's inherently sexy. Chakotay's like
trombone.
Yeah. Look at that tromboner, am I right?
Oh my God. Beep. Watch it. Take the kids out of the room. Oh my God. It's happening.
Oh yeah, by the way, this is not...
We're going to do a disclaimer. We're going to swear, so fucking deal with it, Go somewhere else if you don't like it.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh. Step off.
Step off. Jog on. Sexiest actor.
Shazad. Chief.
Would you rather have a holodeck or a replicator? And don't steal mine.
I'd like a replicator that also can create a holodeck.
So many holodecks.
I said holodeck because you could probably get one in it. You could get whatever you want in a holodeck. So I don't
need Well, and like with a replicator, like how many bags of salt and vinegar chips am I going to get? Like it's going to be too many. How many?
I want it to be like that scene in Harry Potter when they touch the goblet and then more goblets appear. I want to touch a bag of chips and then like 5 appear. Yeah. And then as it touches me, it's just like a room full of chips.
Though to be fair, I would have liked a replicator to make a goddamn lip balm for me because it was tough for me finding one just before this. Your most disliked character?
Kes from Voyager. No, nothing else needs to be said. I didn't love the character. I didn't love Neelix either. And it was the two of them together. I was just like, I could take it or leave it. So I guess one of the reasons why I like 7 of 9 so much in Voyager when she joins on is because Kes is gone.
Yeah, I know, totally. And 5 years, like she's not going to be around forever. Everyone, hang in there. Okay, and your saddest moment?
The ending of Voyager, just because it was too short. I was I wanted so much more.
I totally agree.
Okay, so anyway, moving on.
Yeah,
where the fuck are we? We doing a review of The Naked Now. Mm-hmm. The reason we're doing this is because somebody, his name rhymes with Jill, said skip it. So why don't you quickly remind the listeners who have listened to Trek Geek, say, what did Dan have to say about this episode?
So Dan apparently, and I say apparently because I haven't listened.
They gave us this printout, so they could be lying, but I listened.
All right. I'm glad you did. Fact checked. Dan said that it's not a great episode, but not a terrible one. Mm-hmm. And I like how they reference the naked time. Data gets to have sex with Yar. I'm glad and this is an aside, Haley speaking now. I'm glad I was exposed to that at a very young age. That was an awkward time for my parents who were not ready for the conversation. Back to Dan. I will say the engineer playing with the isolinear chips like toys is one of the worst moments in Trek history. What?
Oh my God.
Sarah, what did Bill say?
He said, skip it. This is a terrible sequel to an average TOS episode, which I haven't seen, so FYI. It's totally uncreative and boring, and it's the first of occurrence of what he likes to call West Trek, which I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know if he's talking about Wesley. All I know is that Bill needs to fucking just step off the side of the room and just shut up about it. So,
is he talking about like West Trek as like a parallel universe show where Wesley is maybe
it's
in
Bill.
charge?
Does anybody know what he's talking about? No. So whatever. Thanks to him, though, we got to watch it again. We had a number of adult beverages and a whole entire Costco bag size of popcorn. Yeah. And we had a gas. So screw it. Thanks, Bill.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts about the episode after having watched it for the first time in how long?
Well, I mean, I don't think I've seen this in 10 years, probably. I was disappointed, even though I knew that this episode had Riker without his beard. But when I saw that, I just kind of thought, well, that's where we're starting. Okay, fine. Worf hadn't nailed his baritone voice down yet. I was traumatized when Geordi took his visor off. I was catapulted back to when I was a child and was like, what's wrong with that man's eyes? Yeah, I mean, the music was very distracting.
It's so epic.
Like the chimes and shit.
There was so much harp. I think the guy who played the harp must have been like Terry Crews, like just the arms and the string. Oh. It's your time to go on the harp. Oh my God. I don't play this harp. This ship is going to blow.
That's how I felt too. What about you?
I mean, I haven't seen the episode in like probably over 10 years. Mm-hmm. And I knew going in, I loved it. I watched, as I said, when we were telling our past histories of getting into Star Trek at young ages, I loved all the silly episodes. So watching this one again, I still loved it because you get to see Captain Picard doing a little skip and little eye rolls and everyone's being silly and weird. And to be at that age where you're like 12, 13 and like, you're like, I have feelings about things and they're having, I don't know. I just thought it was really funny. There were some things though I hadn't noticed. Like this there's the scene where Wesley is sealed off engineering and he's in control of it. He's being a little prick about it all. And there's that engineer that we will never see again, or the assistant to the regional, whatever. Guy,
the isolinear chips guy.
Yeah, the isolinear chip guy. And he lets him in and there's like the people in the background all drunk and stupid. And there's just this one guy just standing there with like this scowl. He looks like Anthony Perkins from Psycho movies. He's just like, doesn't know what he's doing. And I just was like, what's his story? Is he a bad extra or was he just like going somewhere dark? Like I'm that guy that when I'm intoxicated, like no one wants me around. Yeah, that was kind of funny. And the music, as we said, the only thing I kind of wish, like now having looked at it, is this would have been even better if it happened like later on into the series, like in season like 4 or 5, when you have like the characters have more defined relationships, and so all the kind of ways that they're behaving weirdly means more because you know that there's relationships there or there's history there, and maybe we get a little bit more from Worf next time because he just kind of sat there and side-eyed. Yeah. And as a big fan of Barclay, I thought that this would have been a really funny like Barclay caught up in this type of scene or this type of episode would have been good, and Ro, like some of those other characters.
Totally, I would have loved that. Yeah, well, and like, what if like this episode was in the middle of like the Riker Troi saga, and they were on the offs, and he's carrying her, and she's like,
oh my God,
hitting on him, but he's like, and he's got his beard,
right?
Did you have a favorite line?
Captain's log supplemental. It is no longer an inconvenient, childish prank. Young Wesley Crusher, admittedly a victim of the Tsiolkovsky infection, is now in control of my starship.
Who said that? Yeah, Data. My favorite line is the line that you said when Crusher was fiddling with her uniform zipper trying to seduce Picard, and you were like, "You don't need a husband, just fucking fuck."
Oh yeah, because she's all like, "I haven't had the comfort of a husband." It's like, what is that? The future? Aren't we even more like? Anyway.
I know, right? Anyway, that was it.
I would like to now cut to a clip of us from Sunday when we watched this. It's just funny. So have a listen, and I apologize now.
Nope.
Yours body was on fire.
Oh my god, the hip sways. That's why I gave this episode 8 hip sways.
That
was
like the line on her like abdomen, the not the horizontal.
Ignore the
vertical
Superman hair
curl,
dippity doo, and focus on the abs.
Good God.
Ooh, and I can also say, even though she went through 900 costume changes, Troi in the gray jumpsuit, I like it.
Me too.
That's my favorite.
Me too.
Way better than the turquoise dress. I give it a see it.
Fucking see it.
Yeah, it's funny.
If anything, for the one quote that Sarah said, "Is this why I feel so good? Is this why I
feel good
so
watching
strange?"
this episode.
We loved it.
I had a giggle.
Laughing.
You see, Picard does a skip. He snaps his fingers. He does an eye roll. You get Riker carrying Troi into the sunset. You get Worf side-eyeing the guy next to him, sweating up a storm. I mean, it's great. See it.
See it.
See it. Just fucking see it. What else are you doing tonight? Netflix has it on. It's episode 1.
3.
It's episode 3, season 1. See it.
No, it's episode 2.
No. Counter at Farpoint is 1 and 2. Because it was a two-parter.
But like when okay.
Back to us. Yeah, just fucking see it. Can't say it enough.
I'm glad I saw it.
Watch the goddamn movie. Let's move on.
Cool.
Miss Haley Mills. We kind of agreed that as part of Rewind, we wanted to tell backstories. So like a little bit of it is, rewinding and watching episodes and then remembering like what we were into as kids or how we got into it. But what about reliving some of our Star Trek Las Vegas experiences?
I mean, talk about experiences.
Oof. At the experience. May it rest in peace.
Oh my God, remember when I thought everything was real and we were like coming in for a landing on the I'm like, that's our hotel. Like, fuck off.
Have another warp core breach, sweetheart.
I know, right? I know. I just wanted it to be real.
Do you want to start? Do you want me to start?
Well, how did we decide to even go to the convention in the beginning in 2005?
We were working together at a retail store that is it's called La Senza in Canada. We'd known each other for maybe, I don't know, I think 3 years at that point. Like we'd worked off and on together.
Yeah.
Retail, and this was when we came back to the store because he just couldn't stay away. Love those discounts. I gotta have 95,000 pairs of panties, which I still do.
I do have some still from those days.
Yeah.
If you don't put them in the dryer, they last forever.
Quality.
Don't put your panties in the dryers, lady.
Don't get them in a knot.
Dryers, ladies. It melts the elastic. It's no good.
Yeah. Use one of those bags. And
like hand wash your bras.
Yeah, and don't fold them into each other. You'll lose the shape. Anyway, we have tons of this. Stop messing with the panty table. We just did it. So this is where the magic happened. I think I just kind of was like, do you want to go to Vegas with me and my dad? Me and my dad were going for the convention.
Yeah, like you would just come back from Vegas with your dad and you're like, oh man, like while I was in Vegas, like we bought tickets to go to the con, and I was like, oh yeah, that sounds cool. And you were like, you should come. I'm like, sure. Thinking like I would totally bail.
Yeah.
Because that's who I am.
That's who we are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like for sure, I thought I was going to bail and then I didn't. I mean, I do remember getting a free beer on the plane because I was so terrified to the point of being disruptive to other passengers. And like, this is like early on in the flight. And this is like,
were we sitting together?
We were sitting together and your dad was like sitting near us. And
right, because he gave you his ticket for the convention so we could sit together.
Yeah, so sweet.
Yeah.
I know.
I still have my lanyard.
Yay.
Row Q, seat 43.
I must have been 42.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Yep, captain's chair.
I still have mine too.
You're balling.
Yeah, I just remember being awestruck at the size of the Hilton Hotel where they held the con, and I felt like immediately at home when I saw people wearing their uniforms to breakfast in the casino on the monorail.
And you hadn't been to Vegas yet, had you?
No, I had never been to Vegas.
You just turned 21.
That's right. And it was my first convention, so I was just loving every moment. And I remember being like very excited to have my photo with Jonathan Frakes. But he either canceled or sold out or something. I can't remember. Maybe his flight couldn't get in or something. So I ended up swapping my ticket for a photo op with John Delancey, where after I had been like clearly instructed that this is not an opportunity to talk to celebrities, that you like 30 seconds and you're done.
They're like strict about that.
And so
don't talk to them, don't even look at them.
I know. So like I sit down and I'm just like terrified, and he's going like, oh, so what's your name? And I'd like turn to him quickly and be like, Haley, and then turn back to the camera with a smile. And then he's like, well, where are you from? Like, and he's not looking at the camera. I'm like, Canada, like look back. And so it went on, and the photo came out and we looked like we were golden and like we both had jaundice, still have it. And like this is back when like the stages were like on the smaller side, and I just remember Patrick Stewart was in this like very small hall that I think we ended up having dinner or drinks like with the Tim Russ trio or something, and we enjoyed all sorts of affordable activities because like when we splurged on the captain's chair ticket, it was actually like, even for Canadians, like it was totally a decent price. And so we were able to go to all sorts.
It was like $150 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like $200. It was like $199 or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a very fun.
$700 or $800 or something. It's crazy.
I know, it's insane.
Too bad.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a very fond memory, and I don't think I cried, so that was a win.
Whoa.
Well, you know. Later I cry a couple times. Anyway, and you?
This was my first creation convention in person. I actually attended the virtual con in 2002 because I am that by VirCon, Blackson Interactive, where you had an avatar and there was chat rooms, and I asked a question and the woman in the theater asked it on my behalf, like online, and it was to Roxanne Big Dawson or Roxanne Biggs or Roxanne Dawson, whatever. I can't remember. She had split names and now she's got the one name. That's right.
I got that.
Anyway, and the guy who played Tom Paris, Robert Duncan McNeil, and my question was asked and people in the chat room was like, that was you. And I was like, yeah. Anyway, that's like a fun fact about the fact that I attended it virtually in 2002. I mean, that is my favorite. Yeah, I love that. Anyway, I actually, believe it or not, and this is, you'll believe it, but the listeners will just be shocked as shit. I kept a journal that like, not like a diary, like your diary, but like it was a public journal, like friends would write in it and stuff. And I found the one from 2005 when I wrote some quick chicken scratch drunken notes of the convention. So here's what I wrote. I'm just going to say it like they're going to be point form because it's what I wrote.
I'm ready.
Day 1, 12 hours of travel and a 24-hour headache. Nothing to report. Day 2, Haley got her photo with Q and he talked to her. I'll let Haley tell that story. And you did. It was the first year at the con and I was already commenting on how much I hated the Q&As. They were pissing me off, which I think you'll attest to this, is that the actors get up on stage and they're doing a great job, and then they go to Q&A and it's like groans, and they're actually doing something about it now. Like Creation has signage up saying like no personal stories and no like weird requests, because it's like, right? I remember I wrote down that we met Baron and Giles that year. So for those of you who go to STLV, you will know them probably as great cosplayers. Both Captain Picard and Mr. Benjamin Sisko, super nice guys. They were a riot. I remember thinking that Kate Mulgrew was the most well-spoken and elegant woman in the world. Like just her voice and her poise. I was like, oh my God, I was in awe. I remember I wrote that she was hilarious on stage, and she was telling everyone that make sure to tell Dorney that he looks thin because he knows Michael Dorn was all about the vegan lifestyle.
Oh, God.
I wrote something about how we were staying on the 11th floor because we had joked that we were staying on the entire 11th floor because somebody that we met was like, "Where are you guys staying?" We're like, "No, no."
Yeah.
Then, when we were at Quarks, because we were there every night, like drinking those Warp Core breaches or the Borg spheres or whatever, my dad was also there, right? And I was 25, you were 21. We were just having a good time, and somebody went up to my dad and was like, "Those girls are hot." And he's like, "That's my fucking daughter." And he said it so funny that they were scared and bought him a free drink. He didn't care.
Oh my God.
He's 25, like she's fine.
That's my fucking daughter.
Got a free beer out of it, so I thought that was really funny. And I remember he spent the whole time hanging out with Dean Haglund from X-Files.
Oh, that's right.
He's one of the lone gunmen. They like became best friends.
Yeah.
I have a photo of the three of us. I wrote a note that Patrick Stewart was making animal noises on stage. I got photos with Michael Dorn and LeVar Burton, and I wrote, "LeVar asked my name," and that I was so excited about it. And yeah, I just remember being like, again, like you said, it was this like total shock and awe because I had been to conventions when I was younger, and I knew that the one that I always wanted to go do when I was like that age, like 12, 13, was Pasadena. They used to have this huge convention. Obviously I never went, but this was my first big one. And it was like, I don't know. As soon as I got there, I was like, I'm going to buy extra photo ops and extra autographs. Like I just couldn't
Totally.
eat it up enough. And now having been so many times, I'll get like a day pass for like a Saturday. I go to see the people. Yeah. But yeah, that was such a good, like, obviously we had a great time because we went back again and again. We went back the next year because 2006 was the penthouse year. We got a penthouse suite.
Yep.
And then we went in 2008. That was the bad hair year because I don't know what happened, but 2009 we went, and that was that the year that we got invited to a no,
that was 2010.
No, what was 2009? What was that year? That was the chicken bump year. That was chicken bump. No, that was also 2010 because Evan was there. What happened in 2009? That was the year we got like the photos with the Klingons and all that kind of stuff. That was when you got scammed for $1.
Oh man,
that was the Pizza Hut scam. Yeah, and that was the first year without STL or the experience being open.
Oh yeah,
right. And then 2010 was the chicken bump year,
and also the
house party. The Roddenberry party. Yeah, and then I went by myself in 2011, which was a gas.
Yeah, it was fun for you. I remember.
And then I went again in 2013 or 2012, and then we went again in 2017, and we're going to go this year. So 2020. It's my 40th birthday gift to myself.
Aww.
Do you have anything else you want to say? Do you want to do you want to fucking let the fucking people know what we're going to do next time?
Sure. So the next episode, we're going to be watching and fucking reviewing Code of Honor.
Done.
Easy.
That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
That one has not translated well.
I feel like Jonathan
made in the first place, to be honest. So
yeah, I'm curious to make some observations.
I am curious because I remember when I was little, I liked that episode. So I haven't seen it since I was probably 14 or 15. So
yeah, I liked most episodes other than the ones that scared me.
We'll find something positive in it.
Sure.
I can always find something positive in it.
Totally.
All right. I think that's kind of wrapping it up for this first episode. I do want to put out something on social media for folks with regards to the Naked Now. Outside of giving it a rating scale of, I don't know, what's a good rating scale? Let's give it 4 hip sways, a couple of unzipped bodysuits.
Oh, yeah.
Like 2. Let's give it 2 unzipped bodysuits and a couple of hip sways. And let's say to Twitter, where you can find us at, what is it, Trek Rewind or Rewind Trek?
Trek Rewind.
Trek Rewind.
You got it.
You got it. Would you rather? All right, folks. Would you rather have been forced to work with a drunk Dr. Crusher to find a cure, or work with an obnoxious Wesley to find an escape?
Oh God, they're both equally like
they're both bad. I think I would rather have been stuck with Wesley because trying to find a cure just seems so much more dramatic. And like you could be hurting people to try to find the cure. I don't know.
Well, and like I don't know, like I might succumb to like Dr. Crusher's advances, and I don't want to lead her on.
Fair.
when I'm really after her son.
Yeah, nasty girl. Well, if you had the disease too, like, I mean, what would you have been doing? That's just probably it. You would have been just saucing up the place. You would have been hip swaying right there next to them. I probably would have fallen asleep with like taco cheese on my mouth, but that's okay. What we all do in our time is our thing. So social media, that's where you can get us with Twitter for Trek Rewind. Fuck.
Come closer to the microphone.
Line. Trek Geeks is on Facebook. You can find them I had these on notes and I don't have my notes here. Let me get my little journal with my proper notes. I have notes in front of me. I didn't write this part on the notes.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm disappointed in myself.
Well, don't be. I mean, it's very easy to just copy and paste. In fact, we can even...
Here we go.
We can even, like, you can record it now or record it anytime.
You know what? I'm
a
human being, and I already said that I have the right to make mistakes, which I said on the introductory episode. So I'm making mistakes right now, and it's endearing because I'm growing, and I'm remaining calm as I sweat through my baseball T-shirt, not the same one I wore when I met Nana. Okay, Twitter @Trek Rewind. For Facebook, there's the Trek Geeks Network Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Trek Geeks. And if you want, you can join their official group. It's called Camp Kittimer, and it's facebook.com/group/Camp Kittimer. And you can find me on Instagram @Van Island Stitches, not to be confused with bitches. Yeah. What do you think about that? Haley Frequencies closed?
Haley Frequencies closed.
Whoop, whoop. Until next time, thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Coconut.